Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. I guess after the episode from, the day before yesterday when I showed how I get myself all ready here to take my first sip, well, I guess that's kind of spoiled it for you now, because you know what goes on. Sort of. Yeah, it's pretty much the same every morning. Now, remember in yesterday's episode I said if anybody can spot something that I missed, let me know? Well, don't you know there was something I missed. And one of the viewers by the name of Nick spotted it. Maybe others did too, but Nick was kind enough to comment and let me know. And it's this part right here, which I knew about this piece, but I thought it went on somewhere in a step further down the road. I don't know how I missed it because it's pretty obvious actually. It was shown in step 48, and it's also here on the painting and marking guide. I should have seen it. Well, we'll get our bulkhead here, which I had over on the mantle clock for safekeeping, and we'll stick it on. We'll do that first thing. Yeah. Alrighty. The miniature Torx screwdriver thing came. I haven't looked at it yet. So maybe we should do that. Just take a look at it. And also I was thinking to myself, the price on Amazon was so low that I'm thinking it's probably not going to be accurate. So I went online to find out, what size the different Torx are supposed to be. And the number 3 that they say we need to get that screw out is supposed to be 1.1 millimeters across from tip to tip. And also I want to take a look at it under my microscope. I don't know why, I just like to do stuff like that. And my experience is that when you buy low price tools, they might have a beautiful handle, but the tool, like the business end of it, the part that you need, the bit or the blade or whatever it happens to be, is terrible quality. We have a place here in Winnipeg. It's called Princess Auto. And I've said this before, I consider them to be the dollar store for tools. They've got shelves full of tools with fancy handles, but some of the quality of some of the bits or blades or whatever leaves a little bit to be desired. Either the size is slightly off, or the quality of the steel is bad. But you sort of get what you pay for usually. Don't think that because something is really expensive on Amazon, it's going to be of good quality. That's not necessarily true either. I mean, I often buy cereal on Amazon, and I wait for it to go on sale, and then I'll buy 6 at a time. And however, you'll also see that exact same cereal. They might be, say, selling for $4 a box. Somebody else is trying to get like $40 a box, like 10 times more, and some people are fool enough to spend it. I don't know. Maybe that's how they make their money. They might only sell, 1 or 2, but they make big bucks on that 1 or 2. Okay, enough about that. Let's open our package and take a look at our miniature Torx drive. And I'll have to get my micrometer over here, and we'll measure the size. And what else we got to talk about? I think I forgot to dub in the walkers yesterday, and I did see them, and it did look like they waved. It did look like they waved again. Of course, it was hard to tell because they're kind of waving behind the branches of the trees, and it's dark this time of year. So, but it looked like somebody waved. So that tells me that they've seen one of these episodes where somebody said please wave or whatever. All right. We're getting our thoughts all mixed up here and convoluted. Let's recompose. We're ready for Missy the dog, who probably isn't going to be by for 2.5 hours or so. She's waking up later now. We'll see what happens. Um, um, oh, there's a chance that next winter, not this winter, but there's a chance next winter she'll be living here for 2 or 3 weeks because um, Max and Lorraine were talking about maybe going south for the winter, and would Uncle Ron be? That's what Missy calls me, Uncle Ron. Apparently, would Uncle Ron be willing to look after her for? So that'd be kind of interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, um, I hope she's not the kind of little dog that likes to jump on top of tables and walk around. That could be not too good. I don't think she is. She's never jumped on the table when she's come over here. So anyway, enough about dogs. Let's open our package. Okay, Jeff. Are you gonna make a fool of me again, or is this gonna work? All right, let's try this end. Should have done that in the first place. Okay, that's it. Nothing else. Okay, here we go. You know, is it because I'm getting old and I just can't get into stuff anymore? See, this is supposed to be sort of a resealable pouch, right? I'm just going to push stop here because this is embarrassing. Now remember what I said about fancy handles. This is a nice handle. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Clearly this thing is designed for prying open cell phones and what have you. Now, this one here is the number 3, because it doesn't have a size 1, but it has a size 2 and a size 3. Let's see if I can hold it there. Get the light just right. Okay, that's supposed to be a 3. Now, is it 1.1 millimeters across from tip to tip? I don't know. I'm going to just do this off camera here, and you're going to have to take my word for it. And I guess we're going to want to zero it. I did a little while ago, so it's probably pretty close here. Now we got to open it up so that it's going to be more than a millimeter or so. And okay, I'm getting 1.171. Okay, well, maybe if I go more on the very end of it. If you don't hold it square, it's going to be smaller than it actually is. 1.1, it's almost 1.2. 1.181. It might be just a little bit bigger than it's supposed to be, but it's pretty close. Let's get our cell phone over here and see if it's going to fit in the screws. I mean, who cares what it says or what it is? The main thing is we'll take the screws out. Magnetic. Okay, I hope that magnetism does not hurt my cell phone, but I don't think so. That's going to be kind of handy. Hopefully the little screws will stay stuck on the end of the bit here and not fall down into the, I was going to say mechanism, but there's not really a mechanism in something like this. Oh, as long as we're looking here, this black thing is the battery. And you can see, let's see if I can hold it here. You can see how it sort of swole up there. And this is, it's like it's got air inside it. I guess the battery is sealed. And what's happened is that there's some sort of gas or something is built up. Now, I better not be pushing down too hard in case I accidentally short something out and have an explosion here on my hands. And yeah, that wouldn't be good. Okay, let's put the macro lens on. Apparently there are 6 screws that we have to remove to get the retaining part off that holds the battery in. And then we have to release the glue that is holding the battery in. That's sort of apparently what this thing is for. Now, I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to do a tutorial on how to fix a phone, remember? Let's just check out the screws and, yeah. You can go on YouTube if you want to see how to do this properly by people that know what they're doing. Okay. I still haven't looked at this thing under the microscope, but I guess maybe the macro lens is going to be good enough. This is my first time trying this, so... yeah, that seems to fit. Alright, now... alrighty. Yeah, that's a fairly precision-made little screw, isn't it? Okay, now do you remember when Gabe was here, he had some little tins? I'm using one of Gabe's tins. Yeah, this thing's working good. I'm happy with this. Jeff, you did good. Okay. So this piece here, I don't want it to short out on something it's not supposed to. Okay, this has to come off. Okay, one thing about videoing it, now that according to what I've read or got off the internet, there are 6 screws. There are actually more than 6 here, but I know he's taking off anything we don't need to. Being as I'm videoing it, I'll know how to get it back together, right? Yesterday's video was way too long. I hope that this isn't going to be another one of those kind of videos. And the last one. Okay, now the idea is maybe I should put the other lens back on, because you're supposed to be able to lift this thing up. This whole part now is supposed to lift up. Now, using my non-conductive tool here, I might have to remove some more of this, what's left of the sticky tape. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be holding anything. No, that's okay. Okay, now this piece here should lift up. Okay, this is possibly a processor of some sort, so I don't want to be maybe putting force there. This thing's supposed to lift up, and it's not. Where is the frame? If I could pry against the frame. This piece I put back in. I guess I could take it out again. It was just to, you can see where the screen plugged in. Oh my goodness, hope I can get that right again. I mean, it has to be just right, or those little tiny connections aren't going to line up. I know there is a special tool that you can use for pressing these things in, but I don't have it. So I'm hoping everything's going to just line up. Is there, there are more screws back here, but according to that, what I got off the internet, there was only 6. We didn't have to, there is a screw in behind here. You can sort of see it where I'm pointing. But does that have to come out? Well, let's try it. Let's try it from this end here. It's almost like it's glued down still. I wonder if somehow it's fastened to the battery, and I'm supposed to maybe, you know what? Let's work on the model. Don't worry about this. Okay, I know I said we were going to get back to the model, but I just couldn't stop playing with this thing. Okay, I did get the battery out. In order to get this part off, it turns out that when they were talking about 6 screws, they meant 6 more screws after you take these 2 out. So I couldn't get at these screws, this screw and this screw. That's number, part of the 2 of the screws I had to get at. So what I had to do was cut into the frame just a little bit here so that I could get down onto the screw. Somehow in the design, it's I don't know how they would have put it together unless this bezel gets glued in afterwards, but I couldn't see how to get it out. So so I had to cut it. I used my Tamiya nippers here, and they work pretty good. Being careful not to dull them on anything metal, and also being careful not to short anything out. Now, the hardest part was getting the battery out. The battery was glued in on the ends here, and I had to use the heat gun, heat the back. Okay, let's get to the model. Okay, anyway, the battery's out. The new battery's supposed to be here maybe tomorrow. You can see that it's all swollen here, and at least I don't need to worry about it shorting out anymore, I don't think. Okay, and here I thought we were done with this piece for a while. Okay, I've got everything adjusted here, and we're going to let gravity be our friend. I'm just doing a dry run. Here, I'll zoom you in just a little. Now, my hope is that I can get this to just sit nicely all by itself. Might have to angle this thing so that it will sit by itself. Yeah, I might have to just lift this up and turn it just a little bit like this. There. That's kind of, well, no, that's not right either. It's supposed to go on those, there, yeah. Okay, I think that'll work. I could maybe almost turn it back just a little bit. All right, let's put some glue on the inside. I think I'll probably use the extra thin. I'm just gonna, whoops, quickly do it off camera here. Okay, here we come. Yeah, you can see the glue coming out there. Yeah, that should meld okay. It doesn't look straight. That looks a little better. Okay, back to step 49. Let's do something easy here. That means it's going to be hard, right? Okay, and this piece is this piece. Yeah, this kind of does look a little bit like a very dark steel, doesn't it? That was that paint we did yesterday. There we go. A bit of a tight fit, but we got it. And then this one here, it says that the seam is supposed to be this way. I don't think it would make any difference. It's this thing is symmetrical. Now, when I put the glue here on this piece, I don't think we're going to need to worry about it too much if it doesn't, you know, if it runs, if you know what I mean, because they're both the same color. Well, let's do it here. Put some on the inside anyway, just let it run down. Trying to work it into place here. All right, we got that. Now for this one, let it soften the hole. Dissolve the paint. No, I am getting this the right way around, aren't I? Yeah. Let's try not to knock over the other piece. Yeah, I think that's going to be all right. Okay, continuing right along here in step 49. We got to put the door on, and it shows that it goes on the end on here, and it ends up looking like this. But what I'd like to do, if possible, is leave the back of the torpedo sticking out. So let me move in a bit here. Okay, now, regrettably, when I made this tube, that's as far as it wants to go. Obviously, there's some sort of flashing or something that I did not remove when I glued these together. I never thought of that. So, if I want to leave the door open and have the torpedo sticking out, because I think it'd look a lot better. Because once we put it inside the tube, we're not going to see any of it if we, and then with the door shut. So I'm thinking, can we leave the door open? I think we did that on one or two of the forward torpedoes. I think we left the door open. So I'd kind of like to do that on this one rear torpedo as well. You know, on the other end here, where the torpedo would come out, I do believe that this is recessed back into the hull a bit. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Hello, Missy. What is so interesting out there, huh? What is so interesting out there?
She's answering her ERF mail.
Arf mail.
ERF. A couple of dogs ARFing.
Oh, good morning, Max.
She's like you. She always returns comments. Always replies to comments.
Okay, here we go. Just hang on again. Hang on again. Okay.
Hello.
Oh yeah, she can smell it. She knows. Okay, let's try this one. That tastes good. Yeah. And the venison. Yeah, the venison came yesterday.
Yum. Life is good again. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Did you have a good sleep?
Medium.
Okay.
Yeah, medium sleep.
Better than yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't wake up at 3:30.
Good.
I think it was 5:30.
Oh, I couldn't get to sleep, and I was up about 5 times during the night.
Oh, I
don't know. You don't know what's drugs and what's not. But I mean, for 3 more days of the drugs and I'll be off all that stuff. I don't really seem to need much Tylenol for the pain. So the hip recovery is way faster than the knee. Way faster.
There we go. You got the last one. But she sees that dish over there. I pulverized some venison into it again.
Oh. You got a nose that knows.
The nose that knows.
Are you getting out today?
Heading out?
Are you going out today?
I know.
Not the Subaru to go nowhere?
No.
Nothing?
No, I'm kind of changed my mind a little bit about that, because I went on the highway webcams and I was looking at the highway, and I was thinking, you know, it's going to have to do an awful lot of drying up. And if they've done any kind of sanding and stuff like that, it's not like I have to go out there. So I'm thinking that maybe it's just not a good idea.
Gateway is pretty sort of wet and dry. Callum, not so great. Donwood a little bit better because they sand the intersections because it's a bus route. Imagine the highway is pretty good. Get down to Superstore, drive around the block, drive out to Bird's Hill.
Well,
about Raleigh again.
Yeah.
Same route.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not the type of person that has to get out. I don't like to get out unless, well, on a motorcycle I did, but in the car I don't need to go for a car drive.
I'm not talking about car drives. I'm talking about cabin fever.
Oh, cabin fever. Yeah. Well, I got the model ship. Hey, Missy, was that good? You licked the bowl clean, didn't you? Yes, you licked the bowl clean.
Hop, 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 hop.
Goodbye, Missy. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Ron, for your kindness.
Okay, see you later.
See you later. You tell them. You don't have to take any. You don't have to take any of that stuff. Yep. You tell them. Thanks, Rob.
Okay, we'll see you.
Ah, you're strangling me. You're strangling.
Missy the dog. Missy the dog. And Missy was quite late this morning. Yeah. Now when she went out, I was just in the process of setting up here to try and let gravity be my friend so that I could maybe precariously balance this on the end of the tube so that it wouldn't slump one way or the other as the glue was setting. At least that was the plan. So let's recompose here and continue on. Okay, a few minutes ago I was thinking it'd really be nice if this would just sort of stay here all by itself, and I was wondering what could I use as a kind of a jig to hold it, because I think that, you know, it's not going to want to stay there. It almost will, but not quite, of course. And then I thought, hey, why not, you know, if I'm going to be cutting the end off of this torpedo anyway, why not use the torpedo as something to sort of lean against? It won't matter if we get a little bit of glue on this end of it, because we'll be you know, cutting it off. So of course now I can't see it. All right, I'm going to have to turn everything around here, which means I'm going to have to probably refocus a little bit, maybe, or maybe not. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, now I can see in here, and you can see what I'm doing. And no, that's not right. There. Has to go like that. I almost glued it in the wrong place. Well, I don't think I would have, but you know what I mean. Now I don't want to accidentally glue it to the torpedo, because if I do, I'm going to end up having it. This might not work either. Well, this is kind of stupid thinking, because why do we have to have it standing up and down like this? Why can't I just lay it flat now if I'm going to use this, and then this whole thing can just lay on there? I'll eventually get it. Okay, I think that it's supposed to go like this, and the idea would be, I wonder, no, here we are, we're making changes again. If I could get it to be something like that. Let me just zoom in just a little bit here. Okay. It would look a little bit more believable. Well, let's just try some quick setting, and I'm just going to hold it with my fingers here. Where's the quick setting? All right. Now the problem is that the quick setting will run real bad. if there's some way I could just do it like that. You can see this. Whoops! It's almost like a little stop. The idea is it's supposed to swing open, and then when it touches like that, it's supposed to stop so that it doesn't go all the way back for whatever reason. All right, let's just try a little bit on here now. I don't have to end up doing a whole lot of repainting. Now this does... Ooh, oh, look at what I just did. Okay. Now very carefully. We almost need the macro lens, don't we? No, that is not going to stay there. Well, it was a thought. It was a thought. Okay, we're back to where we were. Something like that. Now I'm looking straight down on it, and it does look square to me. Okay, we'll take some extra thin. Okay, now I think that in time, like 15-20 minutes, I should be able to remove this torpedo. Maybe swing the door open just a little bit because it will still be a little bit soft, and then reinforce it with some Tamiya thick. At least that's the plan. However, today's video is once again long, and I just can't stop. I start doing crazy things like with cell phones and all that kind of stuff, and Missy the dog, and anyway, don't touch it. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow. Okay, just a quick update here. I was going to head off to the computer room and do the final edit, and then thought hit me, why not do something like this? Instead of using a torpedo, use something just a little bit wider. Okay, now we'll see you tomorrow.